Moving to West Ham, they've obviously spent some very big money this summer. Some signings that people think are great, some that maybe not so much. Kilman, Somerville, Phil Krug, to name a few. What will the impact of that be for them, and what should the expectations be for a team like West Ham who's spent so much?
Wow, I mean, West Ham, it's like they haven't really pushed the boat out, but yet they have in certain terms. And you always wonder if you've got the players that are almost but not quite. Uh, the striker, certainly he's a bit of a character. The fans love him, bit of a cult sort of hero in terms of the way he looks, the way he is, very down to earth. West Ham have been down this road a few times now with a striker that hasn't quite worked for them. I hope this one does. And I do think the Leeds Somerville, I think, has got a great chance for them. He reminds me a little bit of Jared Bowen. I know that at the time, the West Ham ownership was against signing Jared Bowen, and yet he's turned out to be one of the best signings they've made in many years. I think Somerville may have that sort of West Ham sort of feeling for him, and he may well do it. The striker, the school, the jury's still out until we see how he starts performing. But if he clicks, then he'll become a great favourite with the Hammers fans. In terms of the economics of it all, I think West Ham are still doing okay. They've got the stadium, numbers expansion that they've increased at London Stadium. I think they're okay in terms of the PSR situation. They're probably stretching it just now, but that's okay. I think they're still okay. But we've got to see how Lopetegui gets on. It's it's a whole new start. And before you know it, the West Ham fans may be crying for David Moyes to come back. Who knows?
Definitely, we've seen that before. Do you feel that there's a certain position that they need to finish in? Do they need to be in European spots at the end of this year to help with PSR potential issues, or is it really they have time this year? They don't necessarily have to be there, and they're investing for the future.
Look, I mean, Moyes winning the European trophy a couple of years ago has set the standard. That's where West Ham should be looking to achieve. And there's no doubt that has set the standard, and they want that every year, and they should be there every year. There's a lot of rumours right now about the whole ownership structure at West Ham as well, which is interesting, and whether there could be a whole new ownership structure coming up, whether things could be then done with the London Stadium to make it even more effective as a football stadium. So West Ham's another club to keep a big eye on, because there are some major issues that could be coming resolved this year, coming to a head this year. So let's hope that on the pitch that he gets off to a decent start. But those West Ham fans will be right on his back if things aren't going well, and quite rightly so. So let's see how he gets on.
And are they really hurting from the fact that they're unable to kind of sell Lucas Paqueta? Obviously, with the scandal that happened, his transfer value went from a potential 9-figure sum to a potential zero. So what does that do for their sales and their needs this year?
Oh, there's no doubt they were counting on that as a big asset sale at some stage. And, the unfortunate circumstances that have happened, I mean, you're right, the value has dropped dramatically. It probably won't be resolved till, main part of the way through the season. So, yes, that was a big asset that they've had to not take. So, look, it's the way it is with human beings. As I said right at the start, human beings in football, that's just what it is. And there'll be frailties, there'll be successes, and there'll be failures. But West Ham right now have seen the economic impact of a human frailty, and that's part of the soap opera of football.
It certainly is.